each American will consistently recollect the horrible assaults to their country on September 11, 2001. About 3,000 individuals lost their carries-on with that day, and 25,000 more were harmed. An unexpected inclination of frenzy cleared over the U.S. after the assaults, and no one could get ready for what may occur straight away. Disney settled on the speedy choice to close their parks in Florida and California in worry that the retreats were on the psychological oppressor's objective rundown. The Youth International Party was an extreme non-conformity-free discourse and against war gathering, which were otherwise called the Yippies for short. In 1970, the gathering arranged a takeover of Disneyland and passed out handouts for the occasion. The Anaheim police arranged for the gathering by experiencing riot preparing, and each city in the region sent police to help inside the recreation center that day. In March of 2011, an overwhelming 8.9 extent tremor shook Japan, making harm the northern piece of the nation. At the point where the seismic tremor initially occurred, visitors of Tokyo Disney and Tokyo Disney Sea were advised to shield set up at the recreation center. All visitors were emptied from structures and were given sanctuary in the recreation center's restaurants. Tokyo Disney wound up shutting for 5 weeks because of a force lack that was brought about by issues at Fukushima Daiichi Atomic Force Plant. The principal day that the amusement park opened back up, 10,000 visitors were arranged ahead of schedule to be the first in the recreation center. Despite everything shut ahead of schedule at 6 p.m. to save force, Disney Sea still stayed shut for a brief time frame. Psychological oppressive assaults across Paris ended the lives of in excess of 130 individuals on November 13, 2015. Self-destruction planes struck outside of a football coordinate. A few mass shootings occurred at cafes, and shooters did an assault at a show. Eventually in excess of 400 individuals were harmed from the fear-monger attacks. Disneyland Paris shut after the assaults. They at first shut because of security concerns and to give some solidarity. 2 parks at Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Park and Walt Disney Studios Park, stayed shut from November 14 to November 17 as a major aspect of a national 3-day grieving period. The amusement parks resumed on November 18 with ordinary business hours. America lost its 35th president on November 22, 1963. President John F. Kennedy was killed in Dallas, Texas while riding in a presidential motorcade with his significant other Jackie Kennedy. Texas Governor John Connally, and Nellie Connally. Kennedy was shot that day by Lee Harvey Oswald from a close-by building. Disneyland in California shut the recreation center the next day in recognition of national grieving. Kennedy is known to have visited Disneyland one time as a senator in 1959.